A Florida art teacher has been fired after hanging a black baby doll in front of students during class. The incident happened at Barrington Middle School in Florida. According to videos recorded by students, the teacher used a charger cord to wrap around the neck of a black baby doll and hung it over a television inside the classroom while students watched. Students immediately reacted and questioned the teacher about her actions. According to a parent who later shared details of the incident online, the teacher laughed and said she did it to get their attention. Many students said they felt shocked, uncomfortable, and disturbed by what happened. Parents said the incident deeply affected students from different racial and cultural backgrounds. Several students reportedly gathered video evidence and wrote official statements to school administrators after the class. The situation quickly spread on social media after a parent posted about the incident on Facebook. In the post, the parent said the teacher's actions were unacceptable. School officials later confirmed that an investigation had been launched and the school had decided to dismiss the teacher. The teacher was identified by parents as Karen Savage, an art teacher at the school. Some parents and community members also called for law enforcement to review the incident, saying the matter should be taken seriously. What do you think?
Babies like this? Can I have
it? I want her teaching certificate gone. I don't want her to be able to practice in another state. I don't want her to be able to do what she did to my child and the other many children in that classroom, to any other children, or to expose them to anything like that ever again. I don't care if it's another country. I want to make sure that it's gone by any means necessary. It has to go. Being in the black community, a woman of color, having black sons, black daughters, who have to face all types of inequalities daily, I feel like when they go to school to get an education, they should not have to see or experience anything that would make them feel that they weren't equal.
What in the fuck is going on in our schools? Excuse my language, but have y'all seen the video going around of the teacher that took a black baby doll and hung it from a TV inside of the classroom for all of the students to be able to see inside of the class? Good thing those kids inside of that classroom got their hearts in the right places, because these kids was not going for that shit whatsoever at all. Especially one kid or a couple of kids took out their phones and started recording because they wanted to document it to make sure that the teacher did not get away with being able to do something so hateful and so racist inside of this classroom, and then they just sweep it up underneath a rug. So this student was smart enough to be able to document this, and this teacher took this black baby doll, wrapped this damn cord around this black baby doll's head and neck, and then goddamn me hung it on the motherfucking TV inside of the classroom for all of the kids to see. Excuse my language, but this is absolutely disturbing. Yes, since the superintendent of the school says that that teacher has been removed, but this teacher needs to be held accountable for trying to teach hate to some other children inside of that classroom. We all know that this teacher didn't have no other agenda to be able to teach these kids shit but hatred. For those that saying she might not be racist, she might not have meant anything racist with this, it all depends on what her agenda was with this. No, it don't. It don't depend on what her agenda was with this. If her agenda was to teach people not to treat somebody wrongly based off of their skin color, and or that it's wrong to hang somebody based off of their skin color, if that was her goal, you can't teach that without sitting there in the classroom and wrapping a cord around that baby doll neck and then hanging it up on the TV. And or you can speak these things and teach these things at the same time that you're doing it. So therefore, to demonstrate and let those children know in that classroom what you're doing. And you mean to tell me, as many times that we done heard ethnic communities complain about how there's not that many ethnic baby dolls for people to be able to go out there and to choose from and everything, you mean to tell me this teacher just so happened to have one of those ethnic dolls inside of her classroom? I've been to many of places where I rarely see any black baby dolls in there, and a small section of black baby dolls. So in order to really get a black baby doll, you have to intentionally get a black baby doll. There's like not a lot of situations where you just randomly end up with a black baby doll. As we all know, they're not all out there just like that. Yes, they have been producing more, but we all know that inside of our country, there's still way more white baby doll selection than there are black baby doll selection. So therefore, a lot of times when people got a black baby doll, it's because they intentionally got a black baby doll. And as a teacher at a school, it's your job to make sure any child that you are teaching or any child that's inside of that school, they feel comfortable, they feel accepted, they feel safe inside of that school. What part of having on the lesson plan, coming inside of the classroom and hanging a black baby doll from the TV is going to make those children feel comfortable and safe and welcome inside of that school? And though this situation is as ugly and fucked up as it may seem, there's still a positive in this situation. Oh yes, there's a positive in this situation that we cannot and must not overlook. The parents and the children that's inside of that class, they deserve their appraisal. And I'm going to give them appraisal because they are teaching their children right, because those children said no, absolutely not. We are not for this, and that made them uncomfortable seeing that teacher do that. That shows that the parents and the adults that's inside of these children's lives are raising them the appropriate way, the way that we want people raised inside of our country. We want people to be raised without hate and judgment in their heart. We want people to know that it's wrong to do something fucked up to somebody based off of their skin color, and or to judge them or to mistreat them or to go out there and try to take their lives away from them based off of their skin color. And the parents of these children must be teaching them that, because these kids said absolutely hell no, this ain't right. At first, they said that there was a little bit of laughter in the class because they thought that this teacher was joking around or doing something or something funny or trying to do something entertaining or something like that, until they realized what this teacher was up to. And that's when those kids said no. So to the parents of these children in that classroom that said no, I applaud y'all. And I thank y'all so much for raising your children without judgment and hatred in their hearts. And thank y'all for not having hatred and judgment in your hearts. We love y'all. Hope y'all love me. Have a blessed and a wonderful day. That teacher that did this, she still needs to be held accountable, not just terminated.
So guys, so this is the level that the hatred has gone to. Like, these people literally despise black people to the point of doing this stupid, annoying illustration in school. But congratulations to her, because white woman she has successfully scattered every single thing she has worked for. She has successfully lost her license. She has successfully lost her job as well. And I want you guys to watch, because I don't see any reason why students will be sitting in your class telling you as a teacher that what you're doing is wrong. Telling you as a teacher that what you're doing is racist. Telling you as a teacher that what you're doing is bad, instead of you telling them. Honestly, sometimes I don't know where the breed of some white folks are coming from. Honestly. Because for this woman, for a teacher to be able to do this in school, it simply means there is a lot happening behind the scene that we are not even seeing. But I'm so grateful to that particular one student that was able to record this out there, put it out there, so that this teacher will literally not deny it. Because if there was no record, she would have literally denied every single thing that each and every one of our students will be saying. Welcome to the channel. My name is Sonia. Subscribe, like, comment, and share. And credits belong to the original creators of every single clips and stitches we have in our today's episode. I want to say a very big thank you to every single one of you liking, commenting, sharing, dropping super thanks, and also joining my membership. I did not take you guys for granted. You guys are absolutely the best. And with that being said, let's dive right into this video. I'll be back with commentaries. Let's go watch, guys.
So let's talk about the school systems for a second, because in the United States, they are fucked. Literally, royally fucked, okay? Because did nobody else see the teacher hanging the black baby doll from the TV in her classroom in front of all of her students, and nobody's outraged? We had another school where one of the teachers was literally like hitting on the student, talking about how hot she is, and they didn't fire him. Okay, and then you had another teacher, which I posted about her, and she literally was talking about unaliving one of her students and was appalled, and everybody was in the comments appalled that people were like seeing her text messages or Snapchats or whatever, and was like, oh, we just don't have privacy anymore. She's literally talking about unaliving a student, and you're worried about her privacy? The fuck? Okay. And then I have two biracial sons, right? Both of them are under 10. The youngest one, he's 8, and he went to school, and he was told by his teacher, that his hair was curly like ramen noodles. Excuse me, what? You said what about my son? Keep in mind, this is an all-white school pretty much. I think I literally have maybe a handful of mixed kids or kids of other races in the school. But you're going to tell my son, out of everybody in the classroom, that he has hair curly like ramen noodles. And then she tried to defend it. The school tried to defend it. Excuse me, don't talk about my son. Don't talk about my son's hair. Just keep your little opinions to yourself. And then my other son, who's about to turn 10, he's in class, and there's a little white girl and a little white boy sitting there taking little brown and black markers going, oh, this is your mom, this is your dad, this is your grandma, blah, 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 and talk about little monkeys and stuff like that. Let me tell you, I was looking up those kids' moms on Facebook. They got lucky. I couldn't find them. But y'all need to raise your kids better, right? And then today, we did our little award ceremony for my son. It was the 8-year-old's little award ceremony today. And afterwards, they were like, okay, well, you can take your kids home early if you want, or they can stay at school. Literally a flashback, because the Uvalde shooting that happened a couple years ago literally happened on award ceremony. And one of the moms said, I could have took my child home, and I chose to let them stay at school. Her child did not get to come back home that day. And so today I was like, well, that is triggering, because I don't want to be in that situation, because you just never fucking know. These school systems are fucked. Our country is fucked. Like, we can't even send kids to school and be safe from racism. We can't send them safe to school from guns. We can't send them to be safe against fucking PDFs. What the fuck? Okay? What the fuck? And then you want to sit there and tell teachers, no, you get paid way too much. We're going to make sure we give you the bare fucking minimum to be our child's, like, security guard and everything fucking else, and bulletproof vest. Sacrifice your life if there is a gunman that comes into the school, because God forbid we actually do something about guns instead, you know? And I'm just like, yeah, no, not feeling it. Just, that's my little rant today, because I'm just like, all kinds of feels today about the school systems. Oh, and yeah, forgot to mention the whole Trump thing where he gutted, a lot of the school's funding, but yeah, whatever.
A Hillsborough County middle school teacher has been removed from the classroom after she hung a black baby doll from a TV. So in the video, you just see this TV up in a high corner, and then the teacher took the cord from the TV, wrapped it around the baby doll's neck, and then threw the doll over the top of the TV so that it was then just hanging kind of behind the TV. Mm-hmm. It is so disturbing and so bizarre. The video is on our Facebook page at Ryan Gorman Show.
It's like a lynching.
Yeah, it's exactly what it looks like. So here's some of what the 14-year-old student who took the video told 10 Tampa Bay.
She took the charger cord and wrapped it around the baby's neck and tied it. Everybody started telling her it was wrong and racist. I hope that she's not allowed to teach again.
And then here's what his mom had to say.
I'm still in shock. That's something I didn't expect my children in 2026 to ever have to deal with, seeing a lynching, whether it was real or fake.
Yes, so the teacher is 63-year-old Karen Savage. Barrington Middle School is where this happened. She has been removed, and Hillsborough County Superintendent Van Ayers released a statement saying, I am aware of an inappropriate and highly offensive display that took place in a classroom yesterday. The content is unacceptable, does not reflect the values of our school community, and will not be tolerated. As soon as school administrators were made aware, they took immediate action and referred the matter to the district's Office of Professional Standards, and that the staff member has been removed from the school.
Yeah, we don't know whether or not she was fired. We know that she's been removed from the school,
yeah.
And we don't know why she did this.
Yeah, I was reading the story, watching the story from 10 Tampa Bay, and I'm like, what was her point?
Yeah,
what was she
compel her
trying
to
to do? And so far, no explanation at all. And the kids in the classroom were just like, what is going on?
Yeah, and that student, I guess, documented the display, took video and photos because he wanted proof that it actually happened. I'm glad that student did that.
Absolutely.
Hey, just some guy here, and this is going to be a bit of a departure from my normal content. I usually do these pre-prepared, ready-to-go things about injustices that I see, but this is a huge injustice. And as a new member of the misfit community on TikTok, I felt compelled to talk about a certain situation that I just got brought to my attention in Florida. But first, outside of this little world here, I am a middle school special education teacher. I work with students in a migrant community, lots of minorities. These are kids who've already been through a lot: displacements, language barriers, systemic barriers they shouldn't have to face at their age. Every day I show up to make sure that they feel safe, seen, valued in my classroom. So when I got this message to go watch this video and I saw what Karen Savage did in Barrington Middle School in Florida, I didn't just feel anger. I felt genuine disgust. And if you teach kids, if you care about kids, if you believe schools should be safe spaces, you should too. So, quick rundown of the facts. What happened Monday? Art teacher Karen Savage confiscated a doll from a student because her class wasn't paying attention. Then she walked over to a charging cord, wrapped it around the neck of a black baby doll, and hung it from a television in front of her students. I'm going to say that again. She hung a black baby doll by the neck in front of middle schoolers. Students immediately told her it was wrong and it was racist. And her response, it's just a joke. A joke? That's not a joke. A 14-year-old student named Noah knew what he was seeing was wrong. So he pulled out his phone mid-incident to record it. He said, I needed more evidence so that she doesn't get away with it. Think about that. A 14-year-old child had more moral clarity to document racism in real time because he knew that adults in Florida might try to cover it up or try to downplay it. And then when Noah tried to report it to school administrators, Savage followed him to the student affairs office, spoke over him while he tried to explain what happened. She followed a kid. She tried to silence the kid. After traumatizing an entire classroom, she still tried to control the narrative. Noah's mom, Nina, said it best. We don't want to remember lynchings in Jim Crow and separation and division. Our children are supposed to be able to go to school and not have to worry about being reminded of our past, of things that we historically had to experience. I paraphrased a little bit there, but these students were left shocked and emotionally shaken. Nina Williams went on to say this is something that will stick with him forever, and it is horrible. So, good news, it appears that she has been fired. Her employment, she was initially put straight onto some kind of leave, but the incident has been reported to the Florida Department of Education's Office of Professional Practices Services for action regarding her teaching certificate. But here's what you really need to understand. This should have never happened in the first place. Karen Savage is a 63-year-old woman. She has been in education long enough to know exactly what that imagery represents. She knows the history of lynching. She knows the trauma. She knows the weight of anti-Black violence in this country. She did it anyway. This is not about a bad day. This is not about context. This is about a grown-ass adult weaponizing racist imagery against children, Black children, in a space that is supposed to protect them. Again, as Nina Williams said, I don't expect something like this to come out of any school, any age, or anything, especially in 2026. And yet here I am making this video. Like I said, I work with vulnerable kids every single day. Kids who need more support, not less. Kids who are already navigating a world that wasn't built for them. And the bare minimum The absolute baseline is that they shouldn't have to worry about their teachers being the ones who harm them. Noah, the student who recorded the video, said it clearly. I hope that she's not allowed to teach again because she shouldn't be allowed to teach if she does things like that. And he's absolutely right. Karen Savage shouldn't be in a classroom, not now, not ever again. And if you're a teacher watching this and you think what she did was anything other than vile, you need to sit with that, because our job is to protect these kids, not traumatize them. We can't stand for this. We won't stand for this.
If you are in your 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, or 60s, and you're a teacher, and for any reason you think it's a good idea to hang a baby from a cord, especially a black baby, I want you to absolutely take the day off, go home, call mental health services, because why would you do that in a middle school? That's absolutely unacceptable. And I thought, I shouldn't have to say this. It's 2026. But then I thought, if I don't say that, nobody else is going to say that, because maybe we're all thinking the same thing. So just take this word of advice. Any acts against babies, any acts against people of color, racism is not acceptable. Oh, my blood is literally boiling right now. Anyways, the story, this is part of the woman that had a child at the school. So she called, and this is their conversation, if you want to hear it with me.
For clarification purposes, so a student brought a doll into the classroom and was...
Middle school classroom, yeah, but this is an art class.
I gotcha, and was being disruptive with the doll, so then the teacher...
somehow distracting with the doll.
Okay.
And the teacher took the doll, and instead of just taking the doll and putting it on the desk,
yeah,
which you would hope that the teacher would do, they did that.
Did she say why that choice was made? Like, because honestly, like, common sense, I wouldn't think to put as an adult, I wouldn't think to tie up a doll with a cord.
No, and we haven't gotten there yet. So our Office of Professional Standards hasn't met with her yet to talk and give those details. So we don't know that. She did say to the students, "Oh my gosh, I didn't think about that." So it was her reaction. She immediately took it down. But still, to your point, that's my point. Like, why would you do that? So, but we don't know all those details yet.
And,
yeah.
And I'll be honest, I'm a bit alarmed that you're chuckling about some of this, because it is a very serious...
Oh, I'm only chuckling because I'm not at the incident, but at how could she do that?
Yeah.
Like,
okay.
Not at all.
Okay.
Yeah, this is very serious to us.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, to me, it's like the decision this teacher has made has, first off, ruined her career, most likely. Not sure. Pretty. I don't know what they decide in the Office of Professional Standards.
Yeah.
But she has been pulled from the classroom. And outside of the school, I'm pretty sure it's ruined anything that any kind of semblance of humanity, as far as I'm concerned. But
yeah,
it's very serious to us. But I'm only chuckling because I'm just when I saw the video myself, I chuckled like, how in the heck would you think that was okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
If you know the history of Florida, this next post should come no surprise to you, as I'm an original Floridian and I know the history of Florida, and we all know that Florida is very racist. Okay, a Barrington middle school teacher was recorded by one of her students hanging a black doll in her classroom, and she said that she did it because she was trying to get the students' attention. And I'm confused, ma'am, that there was no other way that you could have gotten your students' attention besides posting a black doll hanging it, I'm going to assume that your classroom is probably majority black, and you felt that that was the best way to get their attention is to hang a doll. But you know what attention that brought you, ma'am? It brought the attention that you are racist. And I don't want to hear I have black friends and I'm not racist, because, ma'am, if you had black friends and you weren't racist, then you wouldn't have felt compelled that that would be the only way to get those students' attention. Anyways, she is under investigation. She was removed from the classroom. Honestly, she should just be fired, because who would feel comfortable in her classroom from now on? Unless she goes to an all-white school, then, you know, whatever. But anyhow.
Anyways, welcome back, guys, and thank you so much for watching to this point. And honestly, when I saw this particular video, I was literally speechless. I was speechless because I don't know why someone will go to this point of doing something like this. I don't know why a teacher will go to this length of doing something like this. A teacher that was meant to be teaching children, a teacher that was meant to be showing children the right way, a teacher that was meant to be an idol. Because I remember, I don't know about you guys, but let me know in the comment section. I remember growing up, I always look at one of my teachers and be like, I want to be like this teacher. Like, it even got to some certain points where I was like, I want to be a teacher because of how good, how milky, how down to earth that teacher is. No matter how we try so hard that we don't understand something in class, she is going to make sure that every single one of us really understood every single thing. You understand? To that point. So I am surprised that that same teacher that is supposed to be helping, that is supposed to be making children to see reasons why they should come to school, is now the one having the guts, the audacity to tie a cord on a doll and hung it in her class. Like, what is she trying to teach these children? What is she trying to illustrate to these children? What kind of message is she trying to pass on to these children? That is why I keep saying it. Some of these white folks, their foundation is faulty. I'm going to repeat myself. Some of these white folks, their foundation is faulty to the core. It's faulty to the point that it will be very hard for you to readjust to them. As one of the ladies said actually in this video, she said, why is a lot of people surprised that Florida is a racist state? Someone even dropped in a comment and said, this woman has literally lost her job, that he know fully well that a lot of white folks, some white folks will be donating. They'll be donating to her GoFundMe account. That he will not even be surprised if the orange man give this woman the best teacher of the year. So to that point that black people already know where their hatred is coming from. Black people already know where their problem is coming from. To that particular point. And then you want to tell me that this country should be better? And you want to tell me that racism never exists? I just want to say a very big thank you to some of these white folks that understood that what this woman did was wrong, and they were literally attacking her and telling her the honest truth, that what you did was wrong. We cannot support this. In fact, a lot of them are even saying, we can't even send our children to school, to that school anymore. Because imagine the children even telling her that, Ma, that thing you're doing is racist. That means these children have conscience enough to understand what is racist. And a grown-up as adults, a teacher that built scholars will not see anything bad, will not know anything to tell them, and she just laughed about it. She just laughed about it. And this is why a lot of things literally will go wrong in schools, that children cannot even speak up, that children cannot even say anything, that children are bound to keep quiet. It's as bad as that. And this is not the first time we're seeing this type of first-hand racism in schools. We have literally seen a particular video where this boy actually have autism. And what did this teacher do? She'll make sure she make this boy freak out and then call the boy's black parents to come pick up the child from school. To that point, some of them literally do not care. Oh, mama. They literally do not care. Some of them don't care. The only thing they care about is their self. The only thing they care about is that demonic art inside of them. And of which is very, 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 very bad. Honestly. I don't know. I really feel so sad for some of those black kids because I don't know how traumatized they are going to be. But every single thing that this woman is facing right now, I wish her congratulations because she actually caused it for herself. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Credits belong to the original creators of every single clips and stitches we have in our today's episode. I want to say a very big thank you to every single one of you liking, commenting, sharing, dropping super thanks, and also joining my membership. I do not take you guys for granted. You guys are absolutely the best. And yes, with that being said, with no further ado, I do like I always say in my videos, I'm going to be saying bye and I'll see you guys in my next one. For now, bye guys. I love you guys. Mwah.